Good morning, guys. The usual talk before I go to work. I woke up this morning and I want to know who can relate. I just saw this video about this woman who started her life at 64 years old, and she goes, "You have to not be afraid of basically exposing yourself. You got to kill yourself in public." And I thought, interesting. And I don't know if you get what she means by that, but this is what I got from it. We cannot be too proud to expose ourselves. She talks about doing work, and I think it's so important because a lot of time we get a great job, we may get a great relationship, we may look like life is fine. Like I never had any problem getting what I wanted, right? But I had problem keeping what I wanted, whether it would be by self-sabotage or by people living me, releasing themselves from me. And I thought, I don't care, it's fine, I'm moving on. Instead of really taking the time to pause and observe, reflect, and, sorry, my phone, and heal what was the problem, looking at it, deeply, recognizing what was the mistakes, and then moving on as a healed person. So by doing these videos that I'm doing all the time, I'm going through my therapy. It's like a public therapy. That's exactly what this woman was talking about. It's like healing publicly, destroying my persona publicly, because I came to realize that after a conversation with a friend of mine, Mel, she works with me at the salon. We are all together. Like I said, the salon is the place of therapy. I told her openly, I have self-esteem issues. And she was like, "What?" I said, "Yes, I have lack of confidence and I have self-esteem issues." And I was very good at concealing it, because I never had really a problem getting what I wanted. But deep inside, I knew when I was facing the mirror what I was suffering from. I was not addressing my issues from the past. Are you like that? Are you like an overachiever and behind you're hiding an insecurity? Are you a top model who has a lot of attention but may need validation because there may be something that you're hiding? Are you an avoidant, for example, or a hardcore bachelor because you are hiding maybe either a broken heart or, a lack of something, or feeling inadequate? I mean, there's so many things that we suffer inside, but we don't address it because we have to it's a sign of weakness. It's like, wow, they're gonna see that I'm insecure. They're gonna see that I have a lack of confidence. They're gonna think that I have a trauma from my parents or from my ex or whatever it is. So I told my friend Mel, yes, I do. And she was like, well, I get it. We all do. And this, and we kept on talking. But this video from this woman was really a aha moment, where she's like, first of all, she gives you so much peace and love, and she route for you, and her videos are very empowering, and that's what I love. I always talk about women because I love my mother. People think that I was a daddy's girl. No, I'm a mommy's girl. There has been always a lot of women behind me. If I show you the tribe that I grew up with, all my girlfriends in Paris, they are like my family, my sisters. And one day I have to make a post about them, because when I arrived from Africa, they really welcomed me as a family. It was just beautiful. I was 8 years old, and I met my best friend, who's until now my best friend, and the rest of the girls came after. So all that to say that, yes, we living life without addressing our deep-rooted issues. So, for example, I came to understand that it was a problem of feeling neglected, feeling invisible. I always say that I'm a whisper. I was a whisper. I was surrounded by very strong women, but also surrounded by external problem that was bigger and heavy. The weight of it really made me feel like I had to shrink, and then I'm now understanding that I have a need for existing, and I don't realize it in the things that I do, because as much as I love to connect with others, as much as I love being able to see people, being able to understand people, that's why I love human behavior. I'm a people watcher. I analyze a lot. I'm an overthinker. I also want to be seen. I want to talk now. Before I used to not be able to talk. Like I say, I want to empty my throat chakra. It's heavy. 48 years of heaviness. So what are you suffering from? What is your situation? Yes, so I don't know if I can find this video. Maybe I can attach it to this video, but it is so important to destroy the mask, to become the most authentic person we can be, and it's so liberating. Like when I realized a couple of days ago after a sermon at church, speaking with my son, that I was struggling with self-worth. And my son was like, "But mommy, do you know that we love you? Do you know that you're doing great things?" And I was like, "Yes, I know all that. But if I don't believe it in me, if I'm not anchored in my identity, if I don't address these issues, I would either sabotage, I would run away, I will, fight whoever is telling me the truth. I will play myself, ultimately. It's not about the validation of the external people. It's the validation of self-discovery, self-help, self-love, self. But also being able at some point to, now that you understand yourself, and I was always searching for people to also understand me, because I was like, I'm suffering inside and I'm not as able to express it for you to understand. But really, who cares? The most important is me. So when I understand myself, I'm able to have other people understanding me, right? And also, when I understand myself, then I can see people for who they are and love them for who they are with all their flaws, because now I can relate to you. I'm also weak. I have my weaknesses. I suffer from some problems, When you see people that are extremely proud, with extreme ego, what does it tell? There's something. That was it. And ultimately, that's what I love to write. And I don't know what you do to release, to understand yourself, to explore. I'm an explorer. So I don't know what is the style you have that makes you more confident, able to get it. And when did you start your work? But it's so important to really stop, pause. That's what I feel like. And that's the reason why when this friend of mine challenged me to create this book club, noticing that it was important for me to keep on reading, to understand, to elevate, to get inspiration. He advised me to create a book club, because he said, you like community, you seem to value connection. And it's true, because I grew up with a tribe. I have sisters. My mother is a very strong woman, and also I had wonderful men in my life that were like mentors to me, despite the failures, because like I said, I divorced twice, and I know why today. What was the problem? And one day I'll make a video about it, but because it's not their fault. It started with me. And it started with my insecurities. I know why I chose them. And I know why they chose me, because we attract what we are. That's why it's so important to be at that level where you're so full, you're so healed that you attract that same frequency, that same vibration to your life. You know, it's not easy, but at least you understand each other. You're on the same dimension. You know, they see you, you see them. But yeah, that's the reason why I wanted to create this book club. And he made me even realize something yesterday. He said, why did you attach your name to your creation? Because I said, Bloom and Books by Olivia. And he said, why did you have to attach your name to this creation? Is it for you that you're doing it, or is it for the people? And I said, for the people. And I said, you're right. I may destroy the mission of the book club if it's perceived as it's for me to be on stage for this book club. I don't want to be the centerpiece. I just want to be the organizer. So I need to change that. I need to remove my name. Why? Because I don't want the people to feel like this is not a space for them. Because it is a space. It is a space for us. It is a space for growth. It is a space for reflecting. It is a place for connecting. It is a place to belong, you know. And that's what I'm so excited by the project. I want to hear other women's stories. I want to hear other men's stories also. Different perspective. I'm such a scholar at heart that, like I always say it, I find wisdom in everything, whether it's a child, an adult, an elderly, a woman, a man, a quote, a book, you know. So come and join the book club. I hope you like it. We meet each other once a month and we read. We challenge, and I challenge you to read with us every month. And we're going to pick it. I'm not the one choosing it. It's going to be random books. Everybody can suggest what they want, and we're going to read it, and we're going to stick to it. Discipline, commitment. I love you guys.